So quick review for you guys, like always, this is the 4conic Slim True Wireless Earbuds from Five Below. They are $8. And you see the very thin case. Yes, the headphones are super thin. I was surprised about it myself, but you're gonna see what I was surprised about too in real time. Anywho, no need to drag this intro open. Let's get right into this video and see what comes inside the box. So once you open the headset, this is what's going to come inside of it. Of course, there are some instructions right here. I already have everything unboxed, and this is what it comes inside of. So this is the headset itself, but we'll get to that in a moment. First things first, like always, I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you guys that's wondering about some of the instructions. So with that being said, here are the specifications as you can see right here. The Bluetooth functionality, put that a little closer so it's easier for you to use. Over here, we have the headset itself. And then we have the Bluetooth of how to sync it. So let's do that one more time for you guys real fast. All right, and that's pretty much it for the actual instructions. This does have USB-C, which is super surprising. I gotta be honest with you, I was not expecting that. I expected another micro USB, but it's USB-C, so that's a good thing. And this is the headset right here, believe it or not. So this is super thin. Like, to kind of put that in perspective, this is my OnePlus Buds case that I have right here that I use every day. And this is the Five Below headset. Now, obviously it's super thin, but whether it actually works well is a different story. Plus the earbuds are exposed up top, so there's no IP rating whatsoever for this particular headset. They're Bluetooth 5.0, about 30 feet range, roughly. 10-hour battery life. Now, I don't know how that works. That seems very weird to me, given the fact that it has 3 hours per charge in the earbud itself. So, you know, to each their own. I don't know how they pulled that one off, but maybe that might be a typo. Now, outside of that, there is no fast charging. The case is 250 mAh for those that are wondering. Does have a lithium battery inside of it, 3.7 volts, but that won't really matter to anyone that uses this because you just want to plug and play and use it. Now, if you look at the earbud itself, which I want to show you guys, this is how the earbud looks. It is an open ear design, so you just slide it in. You don't have to push in your ear very hard in order to get it to fit properly because it's not going to go deep into your ear canal. And that's for people that don't like the rubber tip. Let me give you an example. As you can see in my earbud that I'm using currently for this video, it goes deeper into the ear, so kind of be aware of that. Now, when you take them out of the case, it will go into pair mode automatically, as you can see, but I'll show you guys how to manually put it in pair mode in a moment. And this looks like, at first I thought this was rubber, but this is hard plastic right here. And it's like a coating of plastic to kind of, I guess it's for aesthetic reasons, if we're being honest. Otherwise, I can't see any other reason why it's there. But these do have touch controls, and like I showed you earlier in the video, you know, just screenshot that part for reference in terms of controls. Anywho, that is how the headset looks. Not much more to say about it outside that. Let's go into the section so I can show you how to actually pair it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to actually pull out a phone and go through the pairing process with you guys this particular video because I don't know where that phone went. I had a dummy Bluetooth I used for that reason, but I'll still show you how to put in pair mode regardless. So there are no physical buttons on the actual case itself, as you can see. As soon as you open it up, here we are. Now, there are 2 ways to pair headphones. This, unfortunately, has 1. Now, when I say 2 ways, it doesn't mean that all earbuds can pair 2 ways. It just means that there's 2 possible ways. This one, you got to take both earbuds out of the case, as you can see. So when you take them out of the case, they're going to communicate with each other. All right, see how one stopped flashing? That means that this one paired with the left ear paired with the right ear. All you got to do is go to the Bluetooth settings and you're good to go. Pair, connect. That's pretty much it. So from here, because I don't have the phone with me, unfortunately, like I said before, very simplistic process. Just follow this step by step. This should pair for you. Now, if it doesn't for any reason, you might have to manually hold the touch buttons to power it off or power it on to reset them. But outside of that, you should be good to go, especially when you get it outside the box immediately. So this right here is the headset, how it looks inside of the ear if you decide to put them in there. To be honest with you, if you're running or jogging, I don't think they're really ideal for the fit. though it does feel like I'm practically wearing nothing inside of my ears. Like I'm not even joking when I say that. These fit they're so light, and the moment you put it in your ear, it's almost like you can actually forget that you have earbuds in your ear. Though what I will say, if you tap yourself, you will feel it. Outside of that, I don't have any issues whatsoever. Even using it for long periods of time, I don't have any issue with this. No ear fatigue, nothing. Granted, the battery life is only a whopping 3 hours, which is nothing to write home about. But when you pop it back inside of the case, it does take about an hour or so to charge back up. No fast charging, no quick charge, anything like that. These are just basic, generic, regular headphones that are being sold at Five Below. So for some people, in my opinion at least, it might feel like they say non-slip, and they don't slip. So far, I shake my head. I was jumping up and down. You can jog with these, but if you're wearing like a hat or different things, it might move around if you touch your ear a little bit. So kind of be aware of that. But I like them. They feel good. They look good. I don't care for the color, but I figure, hey, why not add a little flair to the channel by doing something of a different color and pretty much go from there. So let's go on to the next part, which is going to be music. Like I said earlier in the video, I wasn't able to actually give you guys a tutorial about how to sync it, but I did. I showed you anyway, but I didn't have the physical phone on me, the secondary phones. I used my primary phone for basically everything in this particular video, so that cut down on a lot of time too. And to be honest with you, when I heard these, they don't sound bad at all. Like the quality of sound is actually pretty good. Obviously, you're going to not have great amount of bass with this particular headset because they're an in-ear design where they're not using the rubber tips. They're just using what you saw right here. So kind of be aware of the fact that if you're going to be on a train, if you're riding a bike, if you're outside, if there's wind blowing, if there's a lot of noise around you, it's a possibility that the noise around you is going to overpower the headset. Now, for some people, that's a no-go. For others that are, like me, I commute to work with a scooter, amongst other things. That is ideal, especially so you can hear horns beeping or tires revving or whatever you want to call it to make sure for safety. Now, again, I do have noise canceling headphones, and my regulars are the OnePlus Buds that I normally use, which are like $40 online or so. But again, for $8, this is not bad at all. Now, to talk more about the music aspect, when I listened to a couple songs. One was, I believe the group is called Falling in Reverse, and the songs I listened to was Zombified. I listened to, I forgot the name of some of their other songs, but I listened to like 3 of their songs. And I did that on purpose because they use the instruments that they use in the songs, how the tone of the song constantly changes. Like when you get toward the middle of the song, it's like the whole beat completely changes. The beat drops. It sounds like heavy metal in certain parts of the song, and then it goes back to basic rock or whatever it is, and a little bit of rap mixed into it. It sounds pretty good. The voices sound great. They sound very, very clear. I'm not mad about the voices whatsoever. So if you're listening to this for audio, podcasting, things like that, it sounds very, very good listening to people's voices. Very, very clear and not muffled at all. As I turned up the volume, I didn't have any breakage whatsoever, so that sounded pretty clear. Again, do apologize that I can't actually bop my head and sing along with it like I normally do in a video, but this might be better for some people that just want to get straight to the point. Everything sounds clear. Now, the only downside that I had outside of battery life was the fact that when I'm listening to things with this, it could sound a little bit far away if you don't turn it up too high, because the like I said before, when this goes into your ear itself, it does feel like it's not sitting deep into your ear canal. And so, and again, when you come from earbuds, like even EarPods feel like they sat a little bit deeper. Though what I will say is that these feel more comfortable than AirPods over time because they don't move at all, and AirPods are like wiggly little Q-tips inside your ear. These just felt like it felt a tad bit far away, like the rubber, like the tip of the earpiece right here should have been a little bit deeper to get better sound. But again, this design right here will prevent like earache. It'll prevent if you turn it up, it from damaging your eardrums and hurting your head or causing headaches. Because remember, a lot of YouTubers don't talk about this. At least in my opinion, they don't really talk about this. But old-fashioned headphones back in the day did not have any type of what is it called? Quality control, where it was a volume input where if you turn it all the way up, it'll let you know like, hey, you need to chill this could hurt your head. There was like no disclaimer on the box whatsoever, at least for the headphones that I was buying. I can't speak for everybody. Now, normally your phone will stop you from turning all the way up, especially Android. You have to hit that OK button to verify that you're aware that this could damage your eardrums. Apple's a little bit different. They just let you do whatever the hell you want to your ears. But outside of that, they're pretty good in terms of sound. I don't have an issue with it whatsoever. That's pretty much it. So we're going to go over to a little sound section so we can hear how the microphones sound in recorded phone calls and go from there. So here's a quick microphone test for you guys. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm using a screen recording app on an Apple device. And I'm actually just recording my voice right here, so it'll be in video format. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is how it's going to sound during phone calls. Obviously, you guys can imagine how good or how bad it's going to be outside when the wind is blowing. What I will say is that most headphones in this $5 or $6 or $10 category don't really do that well when it comes to outside interference. A lot of times you hear the background noise along with you, probably just as well as you hear the person talking. So, just temper your expectations when it comes to call quality. But outside of that, the headset so far actually is not bad at all. So to answer your question is whether these are actually worth the $8. Yes, absolutely. What I will say is that I've only saw these in a couple stores at Five Below. When I purchased them myself, I only saw one, and I purchased like the last one, and I never saw any other colors. Now, granted, there probably are other colors outside of pink. I can't imagine them not having other colors. If you find it, good for you. But outside of that, no. I don't have any issues with them. The battery life, honestly, I wish it was about 4 hours. Would have been nice if they got about 24 in the case, or at least 12 in the case and 4 per charge. That would have been more ideal, similar to the Skull Candy Dimes. But, again, $8, not bad, decent sound, USB-C. I don't have any issues with them. I mean, the only downside is that if you're in inclement weather, you are going to have to make sure that this doesn't get wet, because these are the buds themselves. And like I said before, we open them up, they're right here. But I think that's a really cool looking design. I don't think that they'll, it's just almost actual size, but it's a tad bit smaller than what's on the box. But to me, they sound good. Now, normally, I'm not gonna say I never heard of this company. I think I did review 4conic products. I just don't remember, because I did hundreds of products so far. But these sound good. For me to review these, and again, I normally do bass jacks, because that's normally the go-to for Five Below. These sound very, 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 very good. And I look forward to some more headphones that they make in the store. Like I said before, some people have personalities where they want pink, they want blue, they want red. And 4conic did a good job of doing multiple colors. Again, I've seen multiple colors. It's just that when I finally decided to purchase it, it was only one on the rack. So I had to get them. And for people to buy them out that fast, obviously someone liked the slim design, or they knew some things about it that I didn't know, or they just willing to take the chance. And I did the same thing, and I'm not disappointed at all in the slightest. So, you heard the sound, you heard the music, you heard the voice volume, the voice calls. If you didn't like that, understandable. If you don't, understandable if you do. It depends on your expectations of the headset. So I'm not going to say they're terrible, because they're not. Overall, they're actually not bad. They do the job, they get it done, and they have a decent looking design. Nothing to complain about. Like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.